But yeah, that seems to be all of the number 5s there, doesn't it? It does. It does look like that. Sometimes it bees like that. Right. The furthest number 6 is there. I also reconditioned this brush again last night. I'm trying to get into the habit when I've finished of using the soap trick. I really want to see how long I can keep this brush going for. Of course, I also realise I don't particularly treat the brush very well with the way I just shake it about, spread out the hairs on it and stuff to do the bigger bits, and then I sort of shake it, and just what I'm just doing there. So I don't treat the brushes particularly well. But the soap thing definitely works. And I'm trying to condition these without the use of alcohol and isopropyl liquid and stuff, because that's another expense. Like a bar of soap is literally pennies. And you want to try and keep your hobby as inexpensive as possible, because, you know, it's something that's for you and you want to be able to continue doing it. Yeah. There. Mm-hmm. I haven't been reading much just recently. I've been kind of too tired in the evenings, so I haven't had the luxury of finishing my books and stuff. I as I said, I watched Invincible season 2 episodes 1 and 2, thinking that they were all out, and they're not. So I have to wait for them to make the rest. And my boy's like, oh yeah, no, but that's really good, because now you got something to look forward to. And it's like, no. For you it's something to look forward to. It means I have something to wait for. And it's like, yeah, but that's good. And I'm like, dude, I grew up in that world where you had to wait for everything. And then all of a sudden it changed with Netflix and stuff, where they just literally put out all of it at once. And I really like that personally. I'm not the world's most patient man. Let's put it that way. I think my wife would definitely attest to that. So I kind of like the ability of watching it all in one go if that's what I choose to do. And he said, oh no, it's definitely better this way. I said, well, the thing is, I said, you may think it's better your way, and for you that probably is, but the way I would like it means that you can still do that. You don't have to watch the episode. You could wait a week yourself and then watch it then, so you still get the same effect. And he couldn't really understand why I thought that. He was like, oh no, you can't. And it's like, well, you can actually. You know, you just wait. It must be a generational thing. Yeah. Yeah. kind of interested to work up the top of the canvas to see whether or not I can do it without having to turn it around. I've got to be honest, I am kind of nervous about it because I don't want to turn this painting around, because I have a plan that I want to do with the full series of this particular painting, which I'm hoping to be able to continue on doing for all paintings in the future. But I guess until I get up there, I'm never going to know. So that's that done. I have a feeling that yeah, it probably isn't. I must have just stopped doing that colour the other day, and it's the not as dark. I think that might be a number 5 there. That kind of seems right to me. Is it? Yeah, it is. Got to be careful with that one, because there's a little sliver of number 8 goes just by the side of that one. And like I said to you all, like, sometimes some of the detailing work really does make a difference in a paint by numbers, so it's always good to try and see if you can really get the brushes in there properly. Yeah, because this is going to be a lighter colour. I don't know how much of this you can see. I promise one day when I can afford it, I am going to get a decent digital SLR camera so that you guys can see this in a really good quality, and then I can probably zoom it in properly, and yeah, it will look nice. And the thing is like I don't foresee a time at the moment, at the very least, where I'm ever going to stop doing painting by numbers. So I don't consider it to be a waste of money. But that is something for way down the line, unfortunately. But that's alright, it's not like we can't do them. There. Here. Just goes down. Right. This one over here. There. Perfect. Yeah. I actually had a message from somebody the other day, and I'm not going to call them out, but I thought it was really nice, because they said that they actually sit sometimes and they don't ever really say anything, but they just sit and watch and listen the whole time I'm on, just like in the background. I just find it, I don't know about you guys, but I find it such a compliment, you know. And then also I have a reason to never shut up, which is like giving a fat kid keys to a sweet shop, you know. Right, any number of areas. Number 8's up there. Perfect. There. Now, was that a line? It is a line. Yeah, okay. I've been missing a couple of these really faint lines which cut off to the next colour, but I've been missing a couple just recently, which is kind of got on my nerves a bit. But now I'm really specifically looking for them just to make sure. So obviously nobody wants to ruin their work just for the lack of concentration. Big, yeah. Kind of struggling to keep my eyes open today. I'm not going to lie to you all. And I slept fairly well last night, so go figure. I'm excited about. I don't think it's the next painting I'm doing. I think it's the one after that. I'm kind of really excited about doing that one because the painting itself I'm not particularly interested in. Right? As I've said a couple of times before, and I know I do this, and then when I keep saying "as I've said before," it's because I've just remembered it. But then, like, I still feel the need to say it again because I've started saying it. So, my apologies for that. But yeah, it's the one I'm going to learn the shading on. Well, actually, saying I'm going to learn it would suggest immediate success. I'm going to learn how to do it and if I can do it. Because I think that's going to change my paint by numbers moving forward. My wife's trying to have a nap, and yet every man and his dog is now knocking at the door. There. And over there, another bit bites the dust. This particular colour I'm painting in now is really nice. I also come up with a bit of an idea for some more GTA roleplay stuff to stream, not necessarily to post on YouTube and whatever else, just but something to have a bit of fun with. I come up with an idea, which I'm not going to divulge now, which kind of makes it pointless me mentioning it really, because it's like or I'll come up with an idea, but I'm not going to tell you about it. So, well, why mention it in the first place then? Christ, I'm so self-critical. I don't need people to point out what's wrong with me or you know what I'm doing wrong. I point it out myself. I guess that could actually make me my own worst enemy, right? Technically speaking. Right, let's do some black because it looks like there's quite a lot of it there, and I think I'm going to use the thinner one because it's going to be easier to do the fine stuff with it. Tie this all together. If there is anyone out there that's just stopping by because they've seen this the first time, or they're just rejoining or whatever, feel free to say hello. I really do get a kick out of talking to people. I genuinely do. I don't consider anybody to be a nuisance or, you know, and I talk to people from all walks of life and all nationalities. You know, I hold no malice towards anybody whatsoever. But there are some people I hold malice to. But they're usually my acquaintance friends, you know. But if they ever watch this back, they'll know exactly who they are. Of course, when I say they, it's usually just the one person. Actually, no, it's two. It's two. And up here. And also, not that I'm an authority on this kind of thing, but I just wanted to point something out. Like the chat in here today, as you can all plainly see, has been non-existent. Right? So, and as I let you all know, I don't have a follow account or a viewer where it tells me anybody who's watching. I never have and I never will. But no matter if the chat is popping and there's loads of people talking and whatever else, and it's like a really fun time, or whether it's just quiet and relaxing like this, there are people out there that just wouldn't continue on because they'd be like, oh, well, what's the point, you know? And I just want to put this out there because it's something I turned around and said yesterday. I think, you know, do it because you enjoy it. Don't worry about if people come in and share your interests. People have their right to like and dislike whatever they choose, and they have the right to choose to come and watch you or not bother. But don't let it affect you. Don't let it stop what you're doing. You know, I'm not suggesting that you don't take constructive criticism, and I do word and doubly so the word constructive, right? But if you disagree with it and you don't want to follow it, then that's on you. You know, it's fine. As I've said on many occasions, the odds of anybody becoming a famous YouTuber, Twitch streamer, internet personality is very low, incredibly low. So don't just do it for that reason. It's what a lot of these people that tell you like how to get big on YouTube will force on you. They'll tell you it's you. They'll tell you it's your fault because you haven't used the right graphic that you can buy from their sponsored links. You know, they'll tell you that you have to do this and you have to do that and to become successful. And I'm not saying that they're all wrong on everything. You know, they have some good ideas, they have some good points. But don't just take what they say as absolute definite because they've got 1 million subscribers and whatever else. Because, you know, they were also probably here at the time when it was easier, when more people were predisposed to hit the like and follow button. You know? So people these days don't seem to be as open to follow people and to leave a like on a video. You know, they're used to just coming in and just, I don't want to say taking the content because they're not taking it. They come in and they just watch it and then they just leave because it's like, okay. And whether the content was good or bad, it doesn't make a lot of difference to them. There's no real incentive. Even when like content creators like myself and bigger ones as well are all saying, you know, please leave a like because it makes it better for us and the algorithm to reach more people, then we'll feel more enthused to continue doing it. You know, I feel like what's going to happen is that people will just give up on these platforms because they just can't break through. Some people want to do this to make a living out, which is fine. You know, it's, if that's what you want to do and you're able to do it, more power to you, genuinely. But I just feel like it's the current way that it is at the moment. There's no real incentive to do it. It's like, for argument's sake, me, I'm as I've told you all many a times, I'm disabled, so I can't join any of the affiliate programs. So when somebody comes into my channel, they can't, on Twitch for argument's sake, they can't come in and throw a subscription to get the nice pretty box that comes up and then the thanks and the recognition for them spending their hard-earned money on giving you a subscription. You can't be part of the sub train, you know, that happens, and you can't get that little emoji or whatever else that says that you're this great person. You know, other people can't just pay out for other people to subscribe to your channel so they can enjoy it without ads and stuff. I did my hardest when I was affiliate for about a month, till I realised I shouldn't and couldn't. That people were coming in and subscribing left, right, and centre. Yeah, literally, and I don't mean that as crap or, you know, whatever. That's the truth. They were subscribing loads. But then as soon as I had to leave the affiliate program, that all stopped completely. And then since then, you know, I can barely get a like on videos or you know, followers. And following costs nothing. It just allows people to say like, hey, I actually enjoyed your content. I wouldn't mind coming back and seeing what else you're doing at a later date. And the thing is, one of the reasons why we're all so set about the followers and stuff is because the more people that are following, the more people that you're reaching with something that one day you might be interested in. And then the more followers you have, right? Because the king system on Twitch, for argument's sake, most people have it set from, you know, high to low. So if you don't have the numbers, no one's really going to see you. And I'm not just saying that about me, you know, because my particular content isn't for everyone. I get that, and I don't expect it to be. I'm not ignorant enough to think that, you know, I'm awesome. But the fact that you haven't seen this other person that possibly potentially is awesome because of a system that's been put in place which keeps the rich rich and the poor poor. And I hate to put it that way because it makes it sound like I'm bleating about money, but the king system is literally that. It does it to keep the people in power and the people that are not in power out of power. That's why they call it a king system. And it just irritates me because I set mine, so I always look out for the people that don't have a lot of viewers. And don't get me wrong, I don't sit there and bump those people up if they have nothing to offer. You know, if they're the type, like I've said before, that just thinks they're amazing at playing games and that's going to be enough. At the end of the day, you make videos to watch videos to either be informed or entertained. Right? And entertainment is subjective, so it's different for everybody. But the fact that you don't get a look in because everybody's already made their mind up for their favourite creators and stuff, which is fine, you know. But then why don't the bigger creators, you know, take a little time to maybe look at people that are not as fortunate and then raid them with their 30,000 viewers or whatever else, you know? And then the thing is that creator can then raid that person. That doesn't necessarily mean to say that you're going to get any subscribers from that if your content isn't good enough for them. So I don't get why they don't do it. They just end their streams and that's it. I mean, I kind of get it, but that's more of a conspiracy theory, I suppose you could call it. Like, you could think there's a nefarious reason for doing it, but I'm a small, very, very small creator. Right? I carry no clout with anyone or anything. And although most people could probably sort of listen to this and think, "God, he's moaning again," I'm not moaning. I'm merely pointing out a flaw in the system, which not only affects me, but it doesn't affect me as much as it does of other people. But it affects other people, and it's like, to me, it just feels like it's stifling people's creativity, because, you know, they could be really good at what they're doing, but because they're not being seen by anybody, they can't get out there that they're as good as what they are. Like, let me give you for example, right? Look at people that go on X Factor, or Britain's Got Talent, right? You look at shows like that. These are nobodies that have come off the street. They want to go and stand on the stage and show people what they can do, right? And they get whittled down to a winner who, by and large, by the world, accepts likes, and then that person's life is changed. And it feels to me like that the idea with Twitch and other platforms, YouTube, Rumble, Kick, and Christ knows how many of them now, it seems to me like it's a more accessible way for the general populace to showcase their skills or their personality or whatever else. Now, the thing is that, let's say for argument's sake, that what Twitch and the other platforms are doing, and I'm not necessarily blaming them, because they're also trying to earn money themselves. Nobody, as I've always said, nobody's going to do something for nothing. It's just never going to happen. And usually, if you do something for nothing, like feed the homeless for argument's sake, you'll probably end up in jail or with a big fine, because, you know, that's what we do these days. It's ridiculous, but it's true. What colour should we do that? Some lighter colour, because there's no number in that one. I'm just trying to work out